Hi, it's Yvonne from the Fabric Hut. Welcome back to my sewing room. Hey, today for our quick gifts, I took inspiration from my teenage grandson who said, everybody carries lanyards right now. They're hanging out their pockets. Everybody likes lanyards. So I played with, this one has sewing room fabric on it. But then we're in Oregon, and he is a duck fan, so I had to make him a duck lanyard. Now, the cool thing about these lanyards is they have pockets for your pens. You can hang your glass. The sewing room one, watch this. I can put my glasses in there. Well, I can't see anything now, but I can put my glasses in there and if you only need reading glasses, it works really well. But there's room for glasses or pens or whatever. So this would be a really fun gift for the teenagers in your life, the men in your life, or even your sewing friends. Put a retractable scissor fob on there, and they could just sew and have their scissors attached to them so they don't lose them. So let's jump over to the sewing machine and see how easy these are to make. For our lanyard, we are going to need one piece of fabric that is 4 by 38. You need one piece of fabric that is 4 by 18. And then because these two are so similar and I want to be able to see, well, they're not similar, they're the exact same, and I want to be able to see the end where my pencil is going to go in, I'm going to add these little edges here so you'll be able to see it. So these are 4 by 1 3/4. So 2 of those at 4 and 1 3/4. And then of course you need a lanyard clip. Okay, so we're going to start by pressing. And I've already pressed the long one. So how we're going to do this is we are going to simply press it in half first. Right up the middle. If you have a bias tape maker, you could use that for this. But I'm just going to do it by hand because it doesn't take very long. Now, I did use Oregon duck fabric because, yes, I'm in Oregon, and I have a teenage grandson who is a duck fan. So this is for him for Christmas. So nobody tell Tommy. He wanted a duck lanyard, he said, and he asked me if I could just be on the lookout for one and get it for him for Christmas. So I thought, well, I can do better than that. I can make it. So this is what we're going to do. Now, I don't know that he is going to appreciate the pencil pocket on it, but I'm going to do it anyway because he doesn't have to use it unless he wants to. Okay, so it's pressed in half. The innards are pressed to the center seam. The edges are, and then it's folded in half again. Okay, so that's the way you're going to press it. Now, before I start top stitching this one, I do want to add on my short piece, I'm going to add my 1 3/4 inch little bias binding strip. Well, they're not bias binding, little bias strips. Going to do it just like that. Actually, I'm going to sew from the right side because I'm going to use the green thread that I'm going to use through all of it. So I want to make sure it's nice and neat on the outside here. And I'm going to just go right down that side, trying to keep it very, very straight. I'm not doing too bad. Let me see. What do you think? I think I did okay. And I'll do the same thing on the other end, just so that I have a little contrast fabric where the pen goes in, so it makes it easier to find. And just fold it over like that. And again, I'm going to sew from the right side so I can see it and make sure I'm keeping it nice and straight. Oh, I'm not quite over far enough. I was too close to the edge. Okay, there we go. And right down that side. I don't really care what the other side looks like because it's going to all be folded in. So I didn't even look on the other one. Oh, it's not too bad. It's a little off center, but by the time I get it folded in like this, it's not even going to show, is it? So it's just like that. Okay, and I'm going to refold that and put a little clip on the end just so that well, no, I'm not doing that yet. No, we're not there yet. Okay, what I need to do is I need to find the center of this, and it is right here. Okay, so we need that center, and then I need to find the center of my long strip. So I'm going to unfold it. Got to have it unfolded for this part. It's not gonna hurt your pressing. So find the center of this one, which is right here. I'm just finger pressing it so I can see it right here. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to lay it right on top of that one, matching up those two finger presses. Did I get it? Yes. Okay, just like that. Okay. And I am going to sew right down that middle just to keep them together where I want them to be. You don't necessarily need to do that step, but I just find it easier to anchor them together. Okay. You don't want to sew this end because that's going to close up your pockets. Okay. Now we're going to go back through and we're going to refold everything. And it should all just fold together nice and neatly. And clip it right on those heavy spots. They're going to be a little bulky there. Put it together, clip it here in the center. And you can put as many clips as you find necessary to hold it together. There we go. Okay. I need another clip out. Okay. Got it all clipped. Now, before I start sewing, I actually want to put my lanyard clip on. It doesn't have to go over everything right now, but it does need to go on. And then you're going to take these two ends and open them out and sew them together and close this baby up. Okay, so that you have a full loop. Make sure you don't have anything twisted because then you would be taking this out and redoing it. Okay. It's going to be a smoother back of the neck if you take and press this open. You can finger press it. You can take it to your ironing surface, whatever you want, and then fold it back in. See how quick this is? We're almost done already. Then I double check at this point. No, I have not twisted anything. And I'm going to start here in the back. And I am going to sew up the sides of each side. And I'm going to do about an eighth inch seam. I don't want it very big because it's going to close up our pocket when we get there, our pen pockets if it's too big. But so just do about an eighth of an inch and go all the way around it. And when you get to here, you're going to have to move your clip off and scrunch that through. If you don't use a contrasting fabric, it goes through a little bit easier. But I used a contrasting because I was being clever. Okay, we got it through. And keep going. Now, coming up to this, you're going to have to give it a little help going over that big thick thing there. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and just move my clip all the way around to what I've already sewn, so I don't have to worry about it again. Just pull it up over this part. Just got to finagle it in there. I'm trying to keep my seams together there. Okay, there we go. Put my clip back on. And just move this all the way up where we've already sewn, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. And so go all the way around again. So nobody has to tell Tommy how fast this was either. He can think that I spent a long time working on this. Okay. I suppose I'm going to have to make another one too for his girlfriend, but whoop, I just went off. I let my hand off of here to push my glasses up because they were sliding off my nose, and look what happened. I went off. You can't see it, so I'm not going to take it out. I'm just going to reposition. That's what happens when you have really good thread match. There we go. And here's where I started, so I'm just going to come back up to there. Now, you can cut your thread if you want and then start on the other side. I'm just going to sew right up this seam, right across that seam, and turn it and go down the other side. So that does two things for me. It travels without breaking my thread, but it also keeps my clip up here out of my way. So I don't have to fight it over these again. Give it a little help up and over. There we go. Now the first one of these I made, I used a 3.5-inch strip, and it would only fit a stick pen. It was not wide enough to put in a clicker pen. So I'm hoping that with 4 inches, we're going to have just enough extra space to be able to put in that clicker pen. We will find out here momentarily. And we're back at the end. Reverse a little bit. There we go. So we have done all of our sewing. I need to clip my threads here from where I went off. Okay. Look at that. We have one big circle. I'm now going to move my clip back down to the bottom. Pull this up a little bit to get it through the hole. That's really a bulky little seam right there, but that's okay. There we go. And I'm going to just center it at the very bottom by holding my finger on this seam and working it around. Okay? So there it is at the very bottom. Now this is a little big for this. This clip is a little narrow for what I've got. So I'm just going to fold in the edges just a little bit. It doesn't have to move up and down on this at all. It's going to stay right there because we are going to now, I'm going to turn it around this way, and I'm just going to sew a seam right close by it to hold it in place. Okay, keep going. Got to help it up over the hump again. I'm using the clip to push. There we go. And we are done. Now let's see if a clicky pen will fit. Here's my friction pen. Oh, let's unclick it so I don't write on it. And sure enough, look at there, it fits right in there. The other thing that'll fit in there If you wear reading glasses, these aren't my reading glasses or my regular glasses. We'll see if I can hit it. There you go. They'll fit in there too. So there you are. A pen saver lanyard. I hope, oh, sorry, hit the camera. I hope you enjoy it. Make a million of them and give them away. All right. Happy quilting.